What are you hesitant to tell me?
I have this sort of recurring nightmare after Jake died. Yeah. That something would happen to you as well. I don't know why.
I mean, I get the same thing with you, with that. I think it like shook all the people that were close to him. Just like the fragileness of life.
Yeah.
How often do you get a chance to like reflect on him?
Not enough, but somewhat. I mean, what I hope is that we both, and like the people around him, sort of take him as an instructive lesson how to live a remarkable life, a beautiful life that combines a passion for work and mission with a passion for life and sort of the zest he had for experience and for joy, both athletically and intellectually and personally, and take that good and use it as a lesson for all of us, and frankly as compulsion for us to be the people that we want to be, both for ourselves and for each other.
Yeah. Yeah. I try to like keep him as a guiding light, for sure, in terms of like how to make the most out of your time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's something you have wanted to tell me but haven't, and why?
Maybe one thing that we haven't like fully talked about, but probably both felt, was towards the end of me being your executive assistant, and we went on that trip to Asia, and it was like the only time that there was like overt tension between us, mainly around getting the medicine that you needed from FedEx, and it kept missing us whenever every country that we went.
Yeah.
And we had like one of our only blow-ups in front of another coworker.
I think maybe the only blow-up ever.
Yeah, but that's not even like what I'm trying to get at. Is more the months after, when we decided that I should move to a different department in the company. There was just like, I just needed to get away from you for like, and we had Christmas then when we came back, and I was just like, I just like need space right now, and so that was like a moment that we had but we never like fully talked about.
And it's a great example of what I would love is when such situations come up. I would love to hear the story you're telling yourself and the story I'm telling myself, because I was actually totally blindsided. Like it didn't occur to me that that might be a sentiment. It wasn't as if it was bubbling up and about to emerge.
Yeah.
It was, in my mind, completely unexpected.
Yeah.
And I just love to know, what's going on in your mind and what am I doing that causes that.
While we're on the subject, I think the most annoyed I've ever been, well, especially with you, but maybe ever, was the last night. It's 4 o'clock in the morning, our flight's at 7 in the morning, and I have to record a 60-second clip of you talking about some award at the Webby, and it was an hour and a half of you being like, that's just not perfect, we need to fix this a little bit. I wanted to quit right then. It was so bad.
But it's a good example of what I would hope and ask of you. One, recognize that was rather, it's indicative of how OCD I am.
Yeah.
But what I would ask of you is in such situations, just like pausing and like, by the way, like, can I give you some feedback right now?
Yeah.
How I'm feeling right now is X.
Totally. Yeah. What's something I don't realize about myself?
I don't know that you fully realize the effect that you have on people, and the energy that you bring, the general elevation of spirit, and how independent of any achievement or any striving or any sort of pursuit of something outside of just being like a remarkable, positive, loving, caring person who wants to have great experiences with the people he loves. Like how that's by itself a beautiful, honorable, and thing that's enough.
I think the biggest challenge I have around that is the persona of me versus like how I'm feeling in moments. And I do try to connect with people in a deep way, but like the balance of like being this energetic, fun person versus having a like serious, quiet conversation. And I think like a lot of people think of me as one way when like my tendencies are actually to like be a little bit more quiet and to have deeper conversations. And so figuring out how to like keep positiveness and energy in the most like true sense that I feel. Yeah.
It's great actually feedback, because what I don't want to do is also put you in a box. And sort of one of the biggest challenges, coming out of an environment like either your family or friends that you've had for more than a dozen years, let's say high school friends, is you tend to exhibit the behaviors that others expect of you and project onto you. And I hope that you can feel liberated from those expectations. And so insofar as I am putting those upon you, I'd love feedback on that as well.
Yeah. Do you feel, so I feel like I go back into old habits when I go home, for example. Do you feel that way? Or do you feel like
That you go to them, or that I go
No,
to
that
them?
you.
I think more recently I have done less so. I mean, I've been more conscious about showing up to be the person that I want to be.
Yeah.
The life that I generally want to live is one of incredible intimacy and honesty and directness, but also intellectual exploration and provocation. And I think where I struggle is the balance between trying to push the experience to that which I would independently choose and accept the experience that just emerges when other people that I love come together, and being okay with that.
Yeah, it's a really difficult balance, because I think we want the same outcomes, but we approach it from different ways. Like I don't like thematic dinners. I want it to like organically arise. But the challenge with having it organically happen is sometimes it doesn't happen. And the challenge with like kind of forcing it is sometimes it doesn't like allow people to open up and feel as comfortable. And so figuring out how to achieve that more like stimulating both from the love and from the intellectual side of things, especially with our family, but then also just in dinner parties and like ways that you interact with friends, it's just like a fucking challenge.
I mean, if only there were this tool that people could use, like an external object or game, that they could have like cards to sort of ask people powerful questions that would elicit honest responses and generate intimacy and a sense of deep connection.
Yeah.
I wish that happened more.
If only I worked at a company that did that.
Yeah, that would be great. Great, it's really good idea. What do you wish for me in the next 5 years?
What do I wish for you? I want you to enjoy your daily experience on Earth. I want you to like have more fun. And that doesn't necessarily mean doing more fun things, but like in your daily work, in like doing the things that you want to be doing, and just like the level of happiness to rise. Yeah.
Thank you.
And I'll try to help you along that.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. Boom.
Thank you, brother. Yeah, I love you. Love you too.